It's time for an apple fritter. Here's your host, Jimmy Apple.
Welcome to another episode of An Apple a Day's The Fritter. I'm your host, Jimmy Apple. How you feeling today, my friend? You feeling good? You feeling strong? You feeling better than you did yesterday? Excellent. You can't ask for better than that. Hey, we have a good one for you today. Do you believe that changes in the weather can affect the way your joints feel? Have you ever heard people say, I know there's a storm coming because my hands are aching. I can't bear the pain. Have you ever felt like you can't do the most smallest of things, like you can't hold a pen because your joints are hurting so bad? Well, we're going to discuss that today. Dave is going to tell us about joint pain and the weather. So sit back, relax, and listen to what Dave has to tell us.
Does changes in the weather affect your joints? There's a long-held belief that worsening weather can increase aches in your joints. There's just something about cold and damp days that make your muscles, ligaments, and joints feel stiff and painful. But is there really a cause and effect relationship between weather and joint pain, or is it just an age-old medical myth? A study looking at pain felt by 13,000 United Kingdom residents living with conditions such as arthritis found that aches increased on days with higher humidity, lower barometric pressure, or stronger winds. But as is often the case, nothing is 100% when it comes to research. Other studies show just a casual or mild relationship between changing weather and achy joints. So, is the belief about weather changes causing joint pain true? Well, it doesn't happen to every person, but we know it happens to some. There's something there. We just haven't quite figured it out scientifically yet. Barometric pressure measures the weight of the air in the atmosphere pressing down against us. On average, the atmosphere exerts 14.7 pounds per square inch, psi, on the Earth's surface. But as the weather changes, that pressure, psi, can bounce up and down. Decreasing pressure, which typically ushers in worsening weather, means air presses a little less on our bodies. That lack of compression allows tissues within your body to swell slightly, which can irritate your joints. The speed at which the pressure changes also makes a difference. A sudden drop in pressure as a storm blows into town creates more noticeable aches than a slow, gradual pressure decline. So, if you have arthritis, the space in your joint is already reduced. Add in an expansion of tissues because of the pressure change and you can see why people might hurt more. Lower barometric pressure also brings weather that tends to be cooler, and that's not ideal for your joints. Cold can make muscles, ligaments, and joints stiffer and more painful. There's an oily fluid between your joints, and when it's cold or the pressure changes, it can get sludgy. That prevents the oily fluid from lubricating the joint quite as well and can lead to pain when you move around. If damp, cold weather exacerbates chronic pain, you may wonder if you can avoid weather-related aches by moving to where the weather is milder, warmer, or drier. The answer? It's not that simple. Let's look at the United States, where different regions have vastly different weather. One study found that people in mild, moderate San Diego reported more weather-related pain than residents of Boston and other towns known for getting a tad chilly. The sensitivity is to change, and the humidity and barometric pressure goes up and down in every zip code. There's no avoiding it. Also, there's some evidence that extreme heat may aggravate joints similar to extreme cold. While you can't avoid changing weather, you can take steps to prevent, ease, or relieve weather-related joint pain. Here are some tips to lessen weather-related pain. Being active. Muscles, tendons, and ligaments that don't move tend to tighten up. It's why you might feel creaky after sitting for long stretches. Motion is lotion. If you keep moving, you're less likely to get some of these aches. Stretching regularly. Stretching regularly and doing yoga are great ways to increase flexibility and maintain joint health. Try these stretches to keep your neck, back, and shoulders loose. Staying warm. Dress for the weather, or even your home or office if the indoor temperature gives you an Arctic vibe. Coldness stiffens up your muscles. Keeping them warm can help keep the pain away. Heat treatment. Take a hot shower or dig out that heating pad if you feel weather-related aches coming on. If you can get heat to penetrate areas where you have pain, you increase blood flow and can loosen up tight ligaments, tendons and connective tissue. Reviewing your diet. Research shows that foods such as green tea, berries, broccoli and whole grains can reduce inflammation. So, eating better may help you feel better. You can learn more on the topic from a registered dietitian. Consider using anti-inflammatory medication. Non-steroidal anti-inflammatory medications in pill or lotion form can work to reduce the swelling behind joint pain. Talk to your healthcare provider about your options. When it comes to making an achy joint feel better, there are 3 main things you can do to make it feel better: heat it up, tighten it up or loosen it up. That can go a long way to solving any problems. I hope you found this information interesting and helpful. And now, I'm gonna pass this back over to Jimmy. Have a wonderful day.
Thanks, Dave. I remember when I was a kid, it used to be my grandfather that could tell me that it's gonna snow tomorrow. You may not have school tomorrow. Now it's me. Now I'm the one looking to make sure the windows are shut because I know it's gonna rain, or I know it's gonna snow because my hands don't want to work. My back is aching. My neck is aching. Yeah, it's terrible. It's terrible to get old. It's the truth. I never believed it. I never believed it that you could tell the weather by the aches and pains. And I guess it's true. Well, I know it's true. I know when it's going to rain because my hands don't work. My elbows don't bend. I want to thank you for being here today. And I want to remind you, things can always be worse. No matter what, there's someone somewhere right now wishing that they were in your position. So things can always be worse, my friends. Hey, you've been listening to An Apple a Day's The Fritter. And my name is Jimmy Apple. And I will be back to talk to you again tomorrow. You have a wonderful day. Have a great one, my friends.
Join Jimmy tomorrow for another apple fritter. In the meantime, stop over at our YouTube group page, Living with a Disability, join in the conversation and make some new friends. See you next time.